Jupiter has been in Taurus pretty much all winter, and Jupiter tends to move very slowly through the constellations. So it's going to be in this area. Even next season it will move a constellation along, but it's quite a slow moving planet. Now we've got another planet, so that was Venus, that was Jupiter. Notice I'm covering an arc here called the ecliptic, which is the same arc the Sun and the Moon follows. And then we get over to here. Who can name this?
Mars.
Mars. Can we all see the red glow of Mars? You should be able to see it naked eye. So you're seeing the surface of Mars, the red kind of rust colour reflected back at us with our naked eye. So those are the main planets tonight. Maybe I'll hand over to Andrew now for a wee spiel.
Yeah, I could probably talk about how to find stuff with constellations. So if we look north behind us, we can kind of just see the Plough. The Plough is obviously a very famous constellation, and it's very good at predicting to where the Polaris is, the North Star. So if you look at the Plough, it acts like a saucepan. Obviously the handle's just under this tree, but kind of acts as a saucepan, so you just fall down the handle, down the saucepan, and you point it straight all the way along to the next brightest star. So there's Polaris there. So Polaris is like obviously the celestial North Pole, or pretty much near around it. The actual true north is kind of just around it. But it's like the only star in the sky that doesn't seem to move. So it's an easy way to see where to kind of look north, and obviously if you want to see northern lights, kind of look for that sort of area, and you'll see them kind of down on the horizon. Another good one to look for is Cassiopeia, which is over here. It's like a wee W or a V, whatever way you want to kind of look at it. It's good at pointing out the Andromeda Galaxy. So the Andromeda Galaxy is, you follow these little kind of signs, it acts like a little arrow, and you use this sort of bit of an arrow and it points down to about here. So if I take the laser about off here, Andromeda is roughly about there. It's just naked eye visible if you kind of look at your like peripheral vision, but you can just see it sort of kind of, yeah, you can just see it's round about there.
Can anyone see that?
You can see it
like
if you've got
smudge.
Binoculars, telescope, you'll get to see it. So constellation, it's good to kind of like use constellations to point and see other things. You can also start seeing there's a satellite over here, and they'll just happen randomly throughout the sky. So unfortunately there's more and more satellites in the sky, so they can just happen at any time. You can also get things called like an iridium flare, so you'll just see a really, really bright light randomly, and that's just the sun reflecting off a satellite. So it can happen like really, really quickly, but they'll just happen randomly through the light. So if you see a random bright light in the sky, it's probably an iridium flare, as it's called. What else can I show?
If you want me to try, we could go to Orion.
Orion, yeah, there's loads in Orion. Sirius, I always like.
Yeah, so here's Orion the Hunter. So Sirius is an incredibly bright star, and you'll often see it kind of scintillating through different colours. And that's because it's so bright and it's so low on the horizon that it interacts with the atmosphere. And if we follow the belt stars the other direction, we get to Taurus and the Pleiades. One further thing in Orion, naked eye you might be able to discern a colour difference between this star and this star, for example. This is a red giant star, so it's nearing the end of its life. It's bloated out, its hydrogen fuel ran out, and it's